So when I want to start looking at student work, I can look at that with both within Classroom or within my Google Drive, as long as the student has opened the assignment. So let me show you what that looks like within Google Classroom. So I've got this assignment. I can see that somebody's done, and I have two that aren't. But let's go ahead and just click on this, and I get this window. And so over here, you can see that it is going to sort my students by those that are done and those that are not. And then over here, I get a window of um, all my students by name, and then I can see their attachments. So this is one reason that I like having a section for each, a class for each section that I have. If I'm a middle school teacher and I teach the same history course all day, I would have 5 classrooms, because I don't want to have 100 students to dig through over here. So I can see the work right here. Right here, I can see the folder that's holding this assignment in my Google Drive. So I can click on that, and it's going to just take me straight to my Google Drive where I can see the work. So if I like to work out of Google Drive better, I can do that. Notice I only see one here, and the reason that is because Danielle and Chelsea haven't opened the assignment yet. So I can click right on this, and it's going to open it up, and I can look at that. I can come over here and I can add a grade. Classroom is going to default to 100 points, so I can change that by just clicking up here or change it to ungraded. And so I can give Alice a grade, and you can see that it's not returned yet, so Alice can't see that. So, but it's in here. So I can add a grade down here even to the ones that aren't done. So I can do that if I want to. I can give them a 0 if I wanted to, however I wanted. And then I can go from there. Now, Classroom doesn't connect to a student information system like a PowerSchool or anything like that. And so if you want to give grades within Classroom, you can give them right here. And you do have options over here. If you click on the gear, you can copy grades into a Google Sheet. You can download grades to a CSV. All grades, which would be all the assignments within Classroom, or just these, which would be just for this assignment. Most programs, grading programs, allow you to upload student data. So if you want to do that, you can. Some teachers I know will wait for 2 weeks within Classroom and grade everything, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, download those grades, upload them to their student information system, and go from there. So you do have some options. You cannot give descriptive grades. They have to be numerical. So that's how you give a grade. Quickly about shared settings within Classroom. So as soon as a student opens an assignment, if there is something attached or they create something from that assignment, they have editing rights, as does the teacher. And those editing rights remain intact until one of two things happens. Either the student turns in the assignment, at that point, the shared settings become view only for the student, and the teacher can edit, or the due date passes. If there's a due date, once that passes, the students are no longer to edit as well. So just to sort of show you how that works, if I click on this, this is a teacher. If I click on here, you'll see that I can edit this, and the student can edit as well, because the due date is, I believe, not until the 16th or something like that. So we still have some time. Once it is turned in, the student cannot access it anymore. And so or the due date passes. So if you have a student that's absent or did something that they need to correct and they've already turned it in, you can return it back to them by just clicking over here, and you can hit return, and it will give them editing rights back. So now I'll hit return, and you can see down here it says returned, and then that student will have the ability to go in and resubmit it as well. If I'm done with an assignment, so let's just say the due date is passed and I've talked to Danielle and Chelsea and they just aren't going to get it done, I can return everything to everyone, even if they haven't finished it. So I can just click up here and I can hit return, and it will, even if they aren't done, I'll hit return and go from there, and you'll see down here that it says returned. So that is how you can add grades using Classroom and how you can return an assignment to students within Classroom as well.